So it's going to be the same thing. So in my TED Talk, I can't bring them live, but please do put a spotlight on them. Yes, I want everybody to see what the person looks like that doesn't like me. I will forever, for the rest of my life, want the world to see that. Because I will always maintain, please judge me by the people that oppose me. Always do that. Por favor, please do that, please. Yes, because you're never going to see a dignified person speak against me. Ever, ever. It's never going to happen. Ever, ever. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
I love y'all.
Happy Friday. I got my little black book too.
I love you. Abella says, I laugh so hard when you sing the song from the show. Well, it's the truth. And you know what? I will even I don't think that I'm going to be afraid. No. Mm-mm. I'm going to do my book tour with an entourage, right? Yes, I am. And I will absolutely visit, because there's a lot of people that live amongst. Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food when it up from the ground came up bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Texas gold. There's a lot of barely kept his family fed. Then, yes. You would take HB.
Somebody told me she was on. Thank you so much.
My book is done.
And
My book is finished. All it is adding whatever.
Let's see what she's talking about. She's live. This is live right now. I got a little black book too.
And it's so truthful.
I got notes in here.
It's true. It's all true.
Because there's 3 videos we're going to go through, but we're not going to show all 3 videos completely. So I've sectioned off. Get to the good stuff.
Thank you. I'll let you know way ahead of time. I will. Really, Carrie? Adela says, you made me try the seaweed chips. I love those things. I love them. I can't eat them. I love them. You don't even know. I go to the HEB and I see them, and they're so tempting. I hear them calling my name. My mouth's watering. It's like, come here, Vanessa. You've been here before. Come over here. This is like home to you. You love us, and I do. I love the seaweed chips. It's so hard. Right? It's so tempting. But it's like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You did not go through all of that pain. You did not have to pack your incision until it healed. Because you stood up way too soon after your tummy tuck. You did not go through all that shit just to eat you, just to give into temptation and eat you some seaweed chips, and then you get, all like retained water. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. I have to tell myself that. I mean, I'm human. Shit. It's true. Hold on, I'm in a park right now. Just a minute. I'll answer all your questions right now. Hold on. Can someone tell me what time it is here in Texas? I haven't fixed the time on my clock because I always rely on my phone clock. That I don't want to get off the light today. What time is it?
Can anyone hear me?
Did you orate it to someone? Like, what was the process? What do you mean? No. I wrote.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I know how to write.
All right.
Like, people don't know that some people know that I know how to write. People that are close to me know that I know how to write. I don't need a ghostwriter. You know how some people, they want to write their story, and so really they use somebody else that actually knows how to write to like write their story. But no, I know how to write. No, and I wouldn't just read it. But what I do want to do, and what I'd rather do, I want to do something totally different. And instead of actually reading the book, like, I want to tell it
I'll
from
just go with this
beginning to
until
end.
somebody
And as
tells
long
me
as I
different,
have like
because I'm
you know, the bullet points,
not getting a whole lot of feedback.
I think I'll do a fabulous
I'm assuming
job. Because
you hear something.
I want to win a Grammy for it. You can laugh all you want. But when I'm winning the Grammy for doing that, well, you know, Grammy. I don't know what to say. It's gonna happen.
For her piece of shit book.
Why is it like that? Okay.
Low light.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to miss anything. Hold on. Thank you. Cami Guerrero says, last night you were hating on me and being, okay. I'm going to read your comment. And I'm going to react accordingly. But you already know that. Right? So I'm hoping that you understand from last night that you're not going to make me feel any kind of way. You're not. You're not going to shame me. Right. You're not going to make me feel bad. And that's because I haven't read the shit that you wrote. Okay? All right? You're not going to try to manipulate me or anything like that. And honestly, if I see anything, like, what I should be seeing is, you're not who I thought you were. And I came at you in a way that I shouldn't have. If I see anything other than that, you're just being an asshole still. Hopefully I'm wrong. But here we go. Cami Guerrero says, and you were doing a lot yesterday, because I remember you. You were being very unkind. Last night, you were hating on me and being absolutely rude. When in all honesty, I was legitimately asking a question because I had just hopped on your live, so I missed some. I've never disrespected you ever on here or TikTok. Well, this is the thing, right? You know that I'm highly defensive. If you follow me, then you see the level of hate that I receive. And anything that's less than kind is harmful to me. It is. It's harmful. Anything that's less than kind, including neutrality. Including neutrality. Right? And I'm used to people being civil and kind, especially in the relationships that I actually care to maintain and keep. The bridges that I don't ever want to burn. Right? I have the ability to form connections with strangers, even those that misunderstand me and that then later on understand me. But the fact that you came over here in that way, still you do not understand how to communicate with me. Let me tell you how you could have done this a little bit differently. First of all, you don't come over here and continue to blame me, a person that deals with an exceptional amount of hate. The kind of hate that wants to destroy your face permanently. The kind of hate that wants to assassinate you. And if they can't assassinate you, they're going to assassinate your character. The kind of hate that involves degrading you in every way a human can be degraded. Right? You still don't understand me. And if you understand me, it's either you don't understand me right or you don't care to understand me. But what you don't do to somebody like me that's been through all that and that has to live that and survive that every time is you do not come back and continue to blame me.
She's got to be.
You don't do that.
Nobody wants to unalive her.
You could have said.
Nobody wants to bash her face in. Nobody wants to do any of that crap. But she has to be like the number one victim. She has to be the most hated. People, what she said, people want to assassinate her.
You were hating on me and being absolutely rude. No, the fuck I was not. I was reacting to your bullshit and your lack of kindness.
You were being rude. Like, you're always rude.
The live video is there. So once again, you failed. You know what I can't.
If somebody else does it, it's rude. But if she does it, I was just responding to you.
Like I said before, I'm the kind of person, I have no problem burning a bridge while I'm standing on that bridge.
Yeah, bridge.
All right. So I'm going to show how I'm not how people assume I am. And so you have another chance. If you care, right? To maintain a connection. If you don't, then you can watch me through the dark side.
I've got videos lined up, so if this gets boring, we'll just drop her.
I'll let you know. It's not published yet. Y'all, it's not published. I just finished my book. It's not published. It's not published. There's things that I still have to go through that are really important in these next few weeks, in the next few months. They need to be in that book. Thank you.
Well, I guess you're going to tell us about prison life. You're going to write a new chapter to Orange is the New Brown. Maybe. You might be able to. Now that you might be able to do.
And here we go again. Cami Guerrero goes on. Vanessa, can you explain why you were so quick to call me a hater and I've supported you on here and TikTok? I just explained that, didn't I? Did you see how with your first comment, I didn't even see that you had made more questions? And do you understand now how I'm such a good communicator that I was able to answer any questions you may have had? Like literally, this is a live video. And I don't know if you made more questions, but in my first response to you, I was so good at explaining myself that I actually answered any questions that I thought that you could possibly still have. I'm not the problem. What kind of crystal is in my necklace and where'd I get it? It's super cute. I love me some crystals. It's carnelian. It's carnelian on silver. This is interesting. Look at you. You didn't even... I have wasted no time reading your comments. It's a live video. Look at what you wrote. What's wrong with you? To the question that you didn't even have to make, because I answered that before you could even make the question be known. I already had given you an answer to that very question. You heard me say it and explain it, and you're still doing this? To the very comment that she made that I just read.
Yeah.
Cami Guerrero.
Okay, so
Vanessa,
she's doing
you
the
all
same
know that I
stupid
love
crap.
the evolution of hate.
Not that she's
Vanessa, can you explain
any
why you're
videos
so
any
quick
different.
to call me a hater when I supported you on here on TikTok? And she says, again, will you answer, please? The fuck do you mean, will you answer, please? I fucking asked you before you could even ask the question. I answered you before you could ask the question. What is wrong with you? Honestly, what's wrong with you? I'm going to be honest with you. You know what kind of vibes I'm getting from you?
What kind of vibes, Vanessa? What kind of vibes?
I'm getting playing the victim vibes. That's what I'm getting from you.
And she should know about that.
I'm getting that you're still trying to give the impression that somehow Vanessa was wrong. Somehow Vanessa was the problem in the equation between me and you. No, the fuck I was not. And this live video is proving that. Thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate that. She says, V, you are an exceptional storyteller. You captivate us every day. Thank you. Thank you. Ew. Here she is again. I knew it. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Cami Guerrero. No, I was not acting out of character. I think you took what I said out of context. I even gave you examples of how you can get out of the way that you're behaving. You have a behavior problem. Do you realize that? Do you realize that, or no, you don't realize that? I don't think you realize that you have a behavior problem. And the thing is that you cannot, I don't know what is actually going on with you in your mind. I don't know if it's cognitive. I don't know if it's developmental. I don't know what it is, but there's something that, you know, I don't know if you're just straight up evil. So depending on what it actually is that's making you behave this way, you may not have any control over it. And I don't have any control over you. But what I do have is the ability to make sure that you keep away from me for the rest of my life. That's all I can do. Because I promise you, there is no words that you can form ever in this lifetime, ma'am, ever, that is going to make me feel the way you want me to feel about the interactions between you and I. It will never happen. Mm-mm. Never. Mm-mm. And your next comment is, no, sweetie. Ooh, that's a kiss of death. If we didn't know that you were an asshole before, we know you're an asshole now.
False alarm.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, I love the evolution of hate. Do you all see like this happening, you know? Because sometimes you all are going to be in these kind of positions and you're not going to realize, like, you're going to be like, is this person hating on me? Is this person being an asshole? Like, am I wrong here? No, the fuck you are not wrong. Mm-mm. The thing is that she's almost trying to be a very like sophisticated hater, but she's not.
How are things,
she's
Ben?
She's trying to be civil, but you can tell it is so hard for her to maintain her civility.
Welcome,
the sweetie
Gillian.
Just gave her away. That's like, bless your heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what that is. That's bless your heart energy. And we all know in Texas what bless your heart means. It does not mean to bless your heart. I'm not your sweetie. Mm-mm. No.
Bless her heart.
Not even my followers refer to me like that. Mm-mm. You're condescending, right?
Oh boy.
You're a gaslighter.
Mm.
You're a condescending gaslighter and you're a manipulator. And the thing on top of all that is that you're not even good at any of them. At least not with me.
It's like she's describing herself.
I'm guessing that perhaps you've been able to do this to people, like, you know, other people around you and in your life and throughout your life. But you hit a roadblock with me. Ain't no fucking way. Mm-mm. You see, I didn't judge you last night by anything other than one thing, which is the same thing that I'm judging you on right now, by the way. I'm judging you by the content of your character.
You don't even know them, so you can't judge them at all.
So when you come to me with a certain kind of character, with a
you don't know these people to judge their character.
They may have worked on someone else.
People know you because you're online for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, it's easy to judge you.
Not on superficial things.
But you can't judge anybody.
Not on things that don't matter.
Because you don't even let them talk. All you're doing is looking at a photograph.
You are demonstrating.
So we'll get the flock out of here.
That's how you're being judged. And that's not a Vanessa problem. That's a hater problem. That's a Cami problem. That's a Cami Guerrero problem. Right? That doesn't have anything to do with me. So she says, yeah. No, sweetie, I was not being unkind at all. No, you are. You were and you are. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Thank you. You're so right. You're so right. Jamie says, remember, a troll's intent is to further their defamatory claims whilst appearing as a victim. Exactly. That's exactly what this one's doing here. But, it amazes me that it's because it's a weak attempt. I've seen, I hate to say this because there is no good hater, but
talk about condescending.
That's how bad my haters are. That's how bad my haters are, is that I have a hierarchy of haters.
A hierarchy of haters. That's how bad they are.
Is that some are so bad or so unsophisticated that they literally give credence to the other ones. Like this one right here. I have seen more sophisticated haters than this.
A hierarchy of haters.
When a hater has the ability for me to give credit to other haters of mine, you're a bad hater. Like, you're bad at your attempts and you're just an asshole.
Okay.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. She says, if you were truly wanting to get to know Vanessa, you are willing to ignore the initial wall she has justifiably. I love you. Exactly. I love you. Exactly. Yeah. But no, I don't know if she's here trying to get like a reaction out of me.
She did a good
trying
job.
to trigger me or something.
She did a good job.
No, it's not gonna work.
Doesn't take much.
It's not gonna work, and I won't be manipulated.
It works every single time.
Oh, look at her! Look what she said. I can't believe she used this tactic. This is crazy. Ew, she went on and on and on. Let's unpack all this. All right, let's see that. Let's see. And I am as well highly sensitive, which is why I also spoke up. I was not harming anybody. I was not teaming up with whoever you assumed I was. No, this is the thing, right? I don't give a damn.
Okay.
When a hater tells me, well, I've been harmed too, get the fuck away from me.
I was having a
hurt people, hurt
AirPod
people.
case, and I looked like.
And you don't understand that you as a hurt person hurts another human being. You either don't understand or you don't care. Either way, the results are just as disastrous for the person who you are trying to affect. And you have no accountability for it. None at all. Right? You come to the page of a woman who's already been damaged and highly defensive. And then when I tell you everything, you resort to saying, well, I'm highly sensitive too. Well, then get the fuck out of here. We're not going to get along. Me and you is like two beta fish. We don't get put together. Fuck out of here. It's true. It's true. And you use sweetie again? Come on now. Do not try to convince me that there's not something going on in your mind and that you do not have some diagnosis that you haven't revealed to us.
Is this one boring? Should I just go to the video?
There's no way that I'm not
videos.
Nobody played you, sweetie. You don't know what something goes through. And I would never assassinate anyone, period, in any manner. That's what you're trying to do here. You're trying to portray yourself as a victim. You're trying to give every manner and every excuse to persuade the audience into thinking that you came here with the best intentions, that you did not show your ass for who you truly really are yesterday, that you were not being an asshole, that you were not being mean. They're live videos. They speak for themselves. You're speaking for yourself right now.
All right.
And you're underscoring my points.
All in favor, say aye.
Nothing that you're saying is invalidating anything that I have already said.
To go to the original plan. I just thought
she says, I lived a similar story.
She's been live now.
1 second. I've lived a similar situation and I didn't blame you at all. And yes, you did start off wrong, on the wrong foot, and you. There was one that I kind of don't count because it's like, excuse me?
6 minutes, 8 minutes.
This is my fucking page. If I want to go on 3 or 4 tangents,
like 6 times today.
That's what the fuck I'm going to do. You know why? Because this is my fucking page.
She's been in the car the whole time.
Because this is my fucking page.
I mean.
Because this is not Cami Guerrero's fucking page.
I guess nothing different.
If I want to start talking about blueberries with that, right now,
but
that's what the fuck I'm going to do.
Aye, okay.
Because it's my fucking page.
Yeah, we know. It's your page.
You seem to not respect that people get to do what the fuck they want to do in their fucking spaces. And you don't like it. That's not my fault. That is a Cami hater problem, not a Vanessa problem.
Cami hater.
You just repeated the same comment I sent way earlier. I did not blah, blah, blah. We asked a question and I love you.
Vanessa loves no one.
I love you. Did you see that I gave a shout out to you? Lisa Garza Rodriguez says, hey, Vanessa. I met you tonight and I love you. Thank you for being sweet to my mom. It was really nice meeting you. The haters are going to ask you things. Okay? Just, you already know, okay? And Cami get.
Okay. Done with that. I can't do that one anymore. Okay, I got notes. Believe it or not, I got notes. So let's get rid of this. Okay, this is the first video of the day. And there's a couple of 3 sections in it. I'm not going to play the whole video. Just going to play the good stuff. Oh, what I think is the good stuff. First thing in the morning. Looks like a winner. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for.
Hey.
Mute that music. See, I can't believe. It's like she's always goes to sleep or leaves everybody at night. And she's wearing that. No, she gets up in the morning. It looks like she just woke up and she's wearing that. Take the sheet.
I don't even care if I get blocked. Way, how's everybody doing? Hello, this is Vanessa Tehirina coming at you.
Do you actually think she went to work like that? Looking like bedhead and everything?
I broke out. Look at that. But you know what? I used like I have 0 makeup on, right?
By the way, did anybody get that the thumbnail that I used for tonight's show, The World According To? Do you know where that came from originally? Anybody know? Just a quick survey poll, see if anybody knows. You know, I don't know. She might, but it might be just as a messenger. You know what I mean? Transporting things, supplies, equipment, maybe. Yep, I see it. The World According to Garp. That was a Robin Williams movie, 80s. I think it was 80s. The World According to Garp. I saw it. I can't remember what it's about.
I used a whole bunch of baking soda last night. And I was like, you know what? Let me just really scrub my face, right? And I did.
Why not just
You
use
can tell this is not a filter because you can see my fine line.
cosmetics?
All right?
Or commercial, normal
purpose.
cosmetic
0 makeup on. Like,
or facial cleansers or that kind of thing. Why not just use regular stuff?
look how shiny it is. I don't know what
Is
that
it
baking
that
soda
expensive that you got to go to
does, but
baking
whatever,
powder?
It works. It
I
works. I didn't even straighten my hair.
I don't get it.
I was like, you know what? I don't want to straighten my hair. Hi there, Rogelio Telmia. I said hello. I won't be there tomorrow morning. I have things that I have to do. I wish I could have seen you guys.
Oh, that's right. John Lescott was in there. Forgot. Haven't seen that
But
in a very long time.
I have to keep busy.
Gotta keep busy. You know, I gotta drive around and go live 6 times. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I should have straightened my hair. It's okay. Hey, Dad said something you don't realize is that you touch your chin on that side often. I actually go like this. I hardly ever go like this. I go like this. I go like that. This is from phone use. That's what that's from. I was on the phone a lot yesterday, and that's why I'd rather use headphones.
Wait,
so
what?
that I won't your chin on that side often. I actually go like this. I hardly ever go like this. I go like this. I go like that. This is from phone use. That's what that's from.
It's almost at the bottom of her chin. How do you get that from using the phone?
I was on the phone a lot yesterday, and that's why I'd rather use headphones, so that I won't have to put anything close to my face, right? Like, do y'all remember that last arrest? Oh, I was having to use that phone in the jail a year ago. And I broke out.
Yeah, I know,
so
Wanda.
bad.
I was streaming it. We were watching.
I got out and I was all broken out right here.
It got boring.
From the mouthpiece.
She may not think so, but she can get pretty boring.
You see how I can talk about it? Like if it was just me going to like Starbucks. You know why? You know why?
How the hell do you break out from using the phone? That's the first I ever hear about that. Anybody else hear about something like that? You can break out from using the phone? I mean, if the phone is dirty, I suppose. But she's got it like almost straight underneath. Let's see, you're walking around with your phone pressed on your face, maybe. I don't know. She probably ate some pizza in the middle of the night or something like that, or gas station burritos or something, you know, at 2 a.m. or something.
Because I know it's bullshit. That's mine. And I know the world will know that. Hi, Miss Jace Martinez. How are you? Thank you so much. You think my hair looks nice, wavy? Thank you. Ida, gracias. It's
I think there I just wanted to show about what she's got there. She's saying it's from using the phone.
This car parked here. I literally wanted y'all to see how well that the baking soda does. I'm just cleaning my glasses. Good morning, Veronica from San Antonio in the house. Jayan Ramos, Philippines. Okay. I see you.
Let me get to the next section I wanted to get to, which is oh yeah, the sun.
In the sun. Directly in the sun. In the sun. In the sun. All up in the sun. If you can't do this, you shouldn't be trying to tear down other people. You should not be giving their opinions on anything regarding their face, how they look, anything like that. Nothing. Nothing at all. Really, you shouldn't. Really. Right? Somebody that would really care about what you're saying about them. And I do this because if you do this to me, you do this to other women. And other women may not be, you know, you may ruin their day because it makes you feel good. Because shit, if you look in the mirror with that haircut, that face, those lines, and there ain't no, you're not rubbing, I know that you're not at home rubbing butter all over your mirrors. You see the shit that you try to hide from the rest of the world. I know you see it, right? I know you do.
Is her windshield
So if you're
dirty?
the kind of person that likes to subtly troll, you don't have shit better to do, you know, you're just there watching people, right? And you're not just watching just to watch because you're interested. You're watching to watch, and then when you get triggered by just who they are, you want to do your subtle hate. If you cannot do this, I'm almost 50, right? No makeup. And if you don't believe me,
look at all those spots on the window, the shadows. I hate driving with a dirty windshield.
here's alcohol.
Yeah, because alcohol is good for your face, actually.
If you cannot do this, for real, I would suggest that if you want to save yourself from somebody that is less kind than I am, right? Because there's some ladies, they think that because some man loves them and they've been living life for like 6-7 decades, right?
Welcome, Brits.
That they've lived their whole life.
Could be baking
and
soda
that
to
no
cover
one has ever handed them their ass.
as possible.
And that they're going to go on living their life like that. I'm telling you right now, you're going to encounter a human being that is less kind than I am. And
Yeah,
you could have
she's
gone
kind.
your whole entire life. You could have gone into your 80s. But since you wanted to choose to be unkind to someone,
Remember, she's angelic.
you are risking that somebody is going to hand you your ass in a way that you would have gone your whole life without ever having your ass handed to you in that way. But that's the choice you make. Right? That's the choice you make. Oh, let me see what's on already. Anyway, that's what I have to say. These people. I saw that comment and I was like,
I'm going to jump to the next section on this video that I think is...
you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even going to put no makeup on.
And after this little segment, then we'll jump to the next video that she did.
I guess I was just thinking about what I was thinking in my mind, waiting to put gas in line, right? And she says, I know this sounds strange. And she said, I've never done this. And I'm listening, she's like, you look like you need a hug. Can I give you a hug? I accepted that hug.
I don't believe that for a second. Don't believe it for a millisecond even. And you know, okay, let's replay this little thing. 37:45. Look when she starts to tell a story, and then she stops. Like, okay, wait, what am I going to say here? Watch. And she's thinking now, well, how do I make it up? Where do I got to start? Where am I going to start?
I guess I was just thinking about what I was thinking in my mind, waiting to put gas in line, right? And she says, I know this sounds strange. And she said, I've never done this. And I'm listening. She's like, you look like you need a hug. Can I give you a hug?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
I accepted that hug.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
And I was very grateful.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A
I needed
bullshit?
that. I really did need that, actually. Actually, I did.
Don't believe that for a second either. But that's just me.
I did. Don't worry about your spelling, you guys. Don't even ever worry about your spelling. I don't care about your spelling. I don't care about your punctuation. I don't care about your grammar. I don't care about any of that. Unless you come to hate, I don't care about things like that. I don't. And even when I do that, that's just me being a smartass and me being facetious with hate. Right? I'll make hate my toy any day of the week. Any day. Any day. Any day of the week. Did you see my smile? I will. Because hate's one of those things that it's like, please, you know? I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that about hate. I don't know. I ignore a lot of it. People don't understand how much I get. I really do ignore a lot of it. I cherry pick what I choose to deal with. I don't know. Maybe one day, you know, I will never deal with hate, ever. But I'm not there yet. I'm evolving as a human. I'm getting there. Every day I try to be a little bit better than the day before, right? I do. But I can admit that I can still get petty. I mean, I'm human. You know? I'm human. And, you know, the hate makes it real easy, though. I mean, it's like, you said that looking like that. I mean, what do you want? You know? And I'll always say it. It's like, if you do this to me, I can imagine the horrific things that you do to vulnerable people in real life. Ew. Like, if you're a boss and you do that to me, I wonder how many employees you do that to, right? Like, if you're a kiss-ass hater, I wonder, like, and you're good in with your hateful boss, I wonder how many employees you bully and create a hostile workplace, you know? Right? If you are a mom and you do this shit to me, I wonder how you treat your kids. If you're a healthcare worker and you do this to me, I wonder.
Well, their kids are probably not crackheads. That's one thing.
Wonder what you do when your patients cannot be vocal.
We're all afraid to death that you have patients, that you come in contact with patients. We've seen the photos. Why are you taking pictures of their medication? What is your explanation to that one? It doesn't matter. There isn't a good one. I don't think a good one exists. Because I think a pharmacy or a healthcare provider, an actual doctor of medicine, he doesn't need to see the bottle. All you got to do is tell him, oh yeah, what is it? How many milligrams? He knows what it's for. He doesn't have to look at a photograph. So why would you take a photograph? What's the explanation of that? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That is what I want to know. What are all the good points in this video right here?
Always gonna wonder that shit, so just that's why they come over here. Lots of times they hide their faces. I asked for one insurance quote. One insurance quote. And my phone has not stopped ringing. It's not.
Was that? I believe that because I've been put on some kind of requested information on something. Oh no, I registered a domain, a .com name, one of them. And there are companies out there that, it's like when you open a business, you can go to a directory with your state and to see who registered a new business. And you take that list and you filter it down to your specific needs. And now you got a call list. Well, they do the same thing with domain names. So all these companies from India have been calling me for the last month. It's been a pain in the ass. And I need to talk to GoDaddy about that because I will never buy another domain from GoDaddy again if that's going to keep happening every time I buy a domain. Anyway, I think that's enough of this video. Yes. And let's go to the next one. Let's see. I'm just going to show the beginning of it, and then I'm going to scroll to... Yeah, maybe I'll just scroll. Oh. Actually. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is coffee, anyone? Cringe-worthy coffee order?
Hi. How are you? Good, thank you. I don't really order from here. Do you have regular coffee? Do you have iced coffee? Are you able to ice the nitro?
Look at the facial expression.
Okay, and does the cold brew, does it come in ice? I would like that. A 32 ounce. A 32 ounce. No, I'm asking you. You have a 32 ounce? I mean... Oh. No, I'll get the one below the 32 ounces. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of coffee.
I would.
That's a big cup.
I don't know if you have creamer that doesn't have like a lot of carbs or sugar.
It's like 3 bottles of this stuff. worth of coffee. That's a lot of freaking coffee.
Do you have the powdered creamer?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll have I don't know. What doesn't have sugar? What doesn't have sugar?
The other one doesn't really have sugar, so the most popular sugar is the avocado.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, how many flavors would you like?
I want 7. I like a lot of cream in my coffee.
Yeah, of course. Would you like any?
I would like 4 Splendas. Can I have an extra shot of espresso? Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Like every time she goes like to order something, it's like she's never ordered anything ever in her life.
Thank you.
Did you receive with this?
No. Mm-mm.
There you go.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. How's everybody doing? Hello, this is Vanessa Tijanina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. Thank you. It's okay. It's an okay day. Oh, I was looking for this. Thank you. Yes, please.
Of course. It's a chocolate covered espresso bean. They're complimentary with every drink. They are edible.
Is it bitter?
No, not really. The chocolate really helps. It's really nice.
Okay, thank you so much. Want
No,
to drive with me?
it's chocolate. They gave her a little something of chocolate with the coffee. Remember, she asked, is it bitter?
Let me clean the screen.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to. Oh yeah. Let's talk about autism, shall we? And we're going to 2030.
My usual gonna come back? When's my usual life gonna come back? You know, like, why did things have to change, right? And then let that kid find out that change was made not by accident, not because it was needed, but let that child find out, right? I'm telling you in the child's terms, because people don't care about the puzzle. You know, our little puzzle symbol. People don't care about autism in adults. They don't.
People don't care about autism in adults, she said. Yep.
They don't care. They don't. And they can say that they do all they want. I've said it before. They will wear the t-shirt, they'll wear the cap, they'll put a bumper sticker, and they'll be like, I love somebody with autism. Let's see how much you love them when they grow up into adults. Let's see.
I was going to say something, but I don't want to get canceled from YouTube. But somebody needs to remember the Honeymooners? Ralph Cramden? Bang, zoom. Remember? Yeah.
Let's see. Right? Because it almost feels to me like people, the majority, not all, but the majority only like to be pro-autism when the children are youth, because they don't give a damn about what's going to happen to these kids when they age into adulthood and they're considered weird. Oh, God forbid, let them be smart. And you all are parents of kids with autism. You know how smart. You know that not only are they smart, they are sass mouths, and they are sassy. They can get real sassy with you. And the thing is that it's hard to, because they're real smart and they'll get real sassy with you. They're going to tell you some shit. It's like, why is this kid making me laugh? Like, but they're telling the truth. Like, it's true what they're saying. Like, what makes you think that's not, what makes you think is going to happen when they age into adults? How long have we been talking about autism? Like, it's been in the forefront? It's been like 20 years, maybe. Let's see. And I'm being generous, right?
Confirm.
Even some of my haters, a lot of my haters have children with autism. They do.
What am I confirming?
And they can't stand it. They can't stand it that their kid is more like me than they are like them. They can't. Your sensory processing is not like theirs. Mine's like theirs. Mine's like your child's. You that hates me, mine's like theirs.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. For the love of God and all the patron saints. Sorry. She does not have autism. Nor do I think she's on the spectrum. For those of you who deal with autism on a daily basis, whether it's in your family, your kids or a brother or a parent or whatever it is, somebody in the family, a friend, have you ever known or heard of someone with autism going out and announcing it every 5 minutes? Oh, I'm on the spectrum. I have autism. Oh, I have autism. I'm on the spectrum. Anybody? Ever? I've never heard that before, ever. And I've watched 1996 or 7. I worked for a trade show related business, and one of the trade shows was an autism conference. And I met all kind of cool people with autism. Not like brainless, like she's making them out to be. And not once did any of those people with autism get up on the stage and say, yes, I have autism. Or, or they're walking around saying, I'm on the spectrum. I have autism. It's not like that. Where does she get that from? I mean, she's trying to paint herself as someone with autism. Again, I'll say it, this is the biggest fucking insult to people who actually have it or people who have it in their family. Disgusting.
Mine's like that. I know you gave birth to them, but I'm part of their tribe. They're part of my tribe.
Tribe.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to understand them so much better than you ever will. Because I'm one of them.
Yeah, you're going to understand them better than their parent, right? Or their sibling or their doctor. Yeah, okay.
And that bothers them. It bothers them, but that's the way that neurotypicals are. They take ownership of things like that. They don't understand things very deeply like that. They don't. They get mad and they get offended. And all we are is people. Some of us were born to two parents that were neurotypicals. That's just what happens. And so we really wind up being the really strange kid.
She is so friggin' stupid. She is so dumb. She's talking out of her ass. Isn't this borderline giving medical advice or some kind of making medical statements from someone who is not a doctor or a physician or an MD or anything? This is so disgusting. It gets harder and harder to watch and then to listen to all this stupid crap. And she believes all of it. She's smarter than any doctor or any physician, any psychiatrist, any chemist, any biologist, any nurse, or any person who's got autism in their life, actual autism in their life. She knows more than all of them.
Sometimes we're born to one parent that's neurotypical and one that's neurodivergent, right? And then it's a little bit more understandable because it's like, oh, you're like your mom, or oh, you're like your dad. I saw this one family, and I met this woman. I met this woman whenever they did the 5 meetings here in Texas after I raised hell, because I want to see all the emails that anybody else sent, right? And I want to see the email that they got, asking them to go and make a speech, in front of the U.S. Department of Education.
Cruz Navarro, I have no yet to idea.
I have seen a lot of naysayers, but nobody has produced any of that. Because I can produce those emails. BTW. Right? But nobody asks me for them. Because you know what? It's going to validate everything that I'm saying.
It wasn't crazy.
Not that the speech already validates it. Not that the stories and the pictures of me actually.
It wasn't crazy.
There,
he was just giving alternative methods to boost your immune system naturally.
That's how
and
people
natural.
Think, right? That's what people think.
But what do you call that?
I met this lady, and her husband are
home remedies and that kind of thing.
Divergence.
It's not necessarily giving medical advice.
I think like 8 children are neurodivergent. Every single one.
Yeah, so I got penalized because that guy was. We were talking about ways to boost your immune system naturally. Yes, he was an anti-vaxxer, and we were talking about within the vaccine and what can you do better for your life. And we were talking about boosting immune system. Your natural immune system is the best thing to fight these little diseases, these little illnesses. And even medical doctors, physicians were saying this all over the news. So because he was talking about home remedies, take X amount of vitamin C every week. It was something like 5,000 milligrams a week. And then take a week off. And then the week after, alternate, 5,000 to 6,000 milligrams. You can take a lot of vitamin C. Make you pee, but it's not real bad for you. And among other things. And I got penalized on YouTube for that. That was nasty. That was like 30 days.
Every single one. Hi there, Oregon. I see you. I see you. So that's interesting to me. Hold on, let me check something.
Yeah, why doesn't she
It's
involve
just
herself?
interesting to me because I think these people just do it for clout. I really do. I don't.
Do people with autism smoke crack? Snort Adderall? I mean, if they do drugs, I'm not aware. I don't know. I'm honestly asking a legitimate question. Are there drug addicts? People with autism who are drug addicts? I'll call it a drug addict. But do people with autism smoke crack? Or snort cocaine while doing it live? Yeah, no. Just
I don't know if
asking
they
for a
do it
friend.
because they're single and like they want to add that to their repertoire and be like, I support autism, and really in real life you're on a hate page against Vanessa Tijerina. But you support autism, right? Tell the truth. The truth is the majority support autism in children because they don't have the brain capacity to understand. They've only been conditioned to think it's only in children. What the fuck do you think happens when they turn 18, 19, 20, 21, 22? What do you think happens to, do you think they just disappear?
Who thinks it's only in children? Whoever said that? Whoever said that? Nobody I've heard of. I've never heard that. She's a stupid. Told you this was a clip.
What do these people think happens to people who have autism?
I don't know what her actual point is. All she wanted to emphasize is that that people only care about kids with autism. They don't care about adults with autism.
And they go into the other, developmental lifespan. What do you think happens? That their autism just goes away? You know what? It worsens. It's more pronounced. Do you know why? Because they're no longer under the care of their loving family. No. They have to fend for themselves amongst a bunch of hateful, low vibrational, low IQ, uncaring, thinking you're smarter than you really are humans.
Wow. So in her world, when your kids with autism, as soon as they turn 18 or 21, you kick them out and let them fend for themselves. That's what she thinks happens.
Yeah. A lot of you that have worn the autism shirts. I'm wearing a shirt with a puzzle on it. Who the fuck cares if you don't care about somebody with an adult with autism? I mean, for real.
I mean, she's said some real stupid crap before, often. And this is another one. And I mean, I don't have anybody with autism in my family, but I keep thinking about those who do. Those of you who do, doesn't this fucking piss you off? That somebody who's faking autism is going to go and talk down to you, that you don't care about people with autism when they grow up?
Right? It's just because it's not cool. I guess it's only cool. Is it because it's only cool? I'm being sarcastic. Is it only cool to be a supporter of autism in children? And it's not cool to be a supporter of autism in adults? Because that don't make no fucking sense to me.
We don't make any
It don't make no fucking sense to me. At all. At all. Because if you're like for the Special Olympics, right, and somebody's paraplegic, you are going to support them when they are a child that's paraplegic and they age into adult.
She has not been diagnosed by
this is the way the human
doctors.
mind works.
Self-diagnosed.
It's easier to have empathy and care for a child that ages in with a physical disability that ages into adulthood that has the very same physical disability, because you can see it. But unfortunately for many of us neurodivergents, we are forced to live in this world where all these neurotypicals think that they just are so smart and they know everything in the world, right? And I say it like that because that's the way they feel about themselves. It's true. The only reason that, we haven't really been treated really badly is for the people, the neurotypicals that understand, which there's not that many of. There really isn't that many that understand. There isn't that many that can look at us as children and still understand they're aging into adulthood, but they are still a different mind. They're not weird.
Nobody said they're weird.
And the reason that I'm always going to be spoken out about this is because even though I'm strong, there's a lot of people that are like me that will have a neurodivergency like ADHD, autism, or both, or dyslexia, something different, a neuroprocessing disorder, something different, right? And they will always have to encounter these neurotypical people that think that there's nothing wrong with them. They think it's so cool to just make fun of these people that are weird or strange.
Who makes fun of them? Where is she living? I don't know who she's trying to appeal to, but she's making a jackass out of herself. And it gets worse and worse by the minute. You think she can't say anything dumber than she has in the past, and here she comes up with this crap.
When it's like, that person is probably so much fucking smarter than you. Do you realize that if you probably teach that person every single set of skills that you possess, that this person will probably outshine you and outwork you? But you don't know that. And your ego doesn't allow you to understand that. Because you think you're hot shit because you are a neurotypical living in a neurotypical world. I've been wanting to say that for a while, and I said it.
You dumb fuck.
Right?
Sorry.
Lisa Giroux says, like ADHD, you just grow out of it. You don't grow out of that shit. You just learn. I don't know who said that you grow out of ADHD. No, you just learn to mask.
I don't know that you grow out of it. I don't think you do.
You just learn to mask. Or
you don't even learn to mask. They don't try to hide it from anybody. They just live with it. It's not like they're, the thing. I heard this interview with Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh man, you want to talk about the similarities between that one and this one? I'll do that over the weekend. And she was talking about alopecia. And suffering from alopecia. And yes, I've been suffering from alopecia. She's like, some people say, I don't suffer from it. I don't suffer from it. I've had it, they say, but I've never seen it as suffering from it. You just live with it and you deal with it. So people with autism, just from day one, they don't know that they're different. unless they're told, but still they don't comprehend it. They're just living their life.
You harness the ADHD so that you are in a profession that maximizes the qualities of ADHD that you have. So it just looks like you're a wonderful worker when really you chose a profession that actually utilizes the aspects of ADHD that makes you almost superhuman, better than any of your coworkers in that regard. Who do you think goes into the army more? Let me ask you that. Who do you think goes into the army more often? Who do you think is ready for war more often? I know what y'all are going to tell me.
Nobody's ever ready for war.
A lot of you that don't like what I'm saying right now, you know what you're going to tell me? You're truly going to make yourselves believe that the majority of Americans that join the army are neurotypicals.
I got nothing.
You know what I believe? That the majority of people who do not join the army are neurotypicals. And that the ones that do, I will always believe that the majority of military personnel have ADHD. You're not gonna tell me. No one's ever gonna convince me that the majority are neurotypicals. Hell the fuck no. No. Because people with ADHD have that warrior quality about them. It's just, we have to like sit down and like behave and everything. But it's like when you need somebody to fight for you, who are you going to get? Somebody with ADHD. Someone with ADHD. But we had to suppress that, you see, because civilizations a whole long time ago, they needed, that was so important. Like that was needed. It's like, are you a warrior? Are you a gladiator? Are you going to go and, fight? Yeah. And you had ADHD. But as we became more civilized, right? You see, because back then, like, the Roman times and all those times, right? Right. Everybody thinks that it was mostly like, what are people thinking? Do people really think that it was neurotypicals that were in all those wars? Really? So as things civilized, there was less of a need. As civilizations became a little bit more refined, there was less of a need. You weren't going to war that often. And so neurotypicals rose, right? Neurotypicals started procreating with neurotypicals. And then voila, we suddenly have a world, especially here.
It's like I want to say, were you there? Were you there to watch them procreate? The neurals with the non-neurals, or the neurals with the neurals. Were you there?
In America, where you are literally mostly neurotypical. How boring. I'm sorry, but it is. It is. You really think that filmmakers are neurotypical? You really think authors are neurotypical? You really think entertainers are neurotypical? Do you really think the people that have created things in our lives are neurotypicals? Oh, the fuck no, they're not. No, they're not. Right? So if you're a neurotypical and you have found it difficult to be an entrepreneur, or you have found it difficult to be, great at something, did it ever humble you and cross your mind and be like, maybe I just don't possess those qualities?
Yeah, Daisy, I saw your...
Maybe the people that I've always called weird my whole life are not so weird. Are you serious? Let me put it in easier terms for you. Let me just put it in easier terms. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, there was a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, God.
You think it's going to be neurotypical that's going to save your ass? I'm just asking you. Do you know who the leaders are going to be? It's going to be some boring ass neurotypical. Really? Or do you think it's going to be the people that hear a lot keener, see a lot keener, their intuitions are a lot stronger, that think out of the box? That's that warrior gene kicking in. You think that shit is found in neurotypicals? I don't know what to say. Actually, I do. I have a lot to say. But I just gotta get off the car real quick. And then I'll probably be back and just talk some more shit. Because I want to.
So, there was another section after her autism talk. And I was going to jump to it, but I noticed it kind of segued in there. So we saw the whole segment.
It's a little bit different now, right? It's like, I don't know why no one else is talking about this. I really don't. I really don't. Think about, let me leave you with this thought. Think about all of the veterans that you know. All of the veterans that you know that are like in their 80s, 90s, right? 70s, 60s. They're veterans. You're American war veterans. You're veterans. Even if they weren't war veterans, they're just veterans, right? Whatever it is, right? You're going to sit here and you're going to try to convince yourself that that's a neurotypical human? I'm telling you to think about them because I'm wanting you to think about them in their later years. Those are the ones that you can't get to sit still, right? Yes. Those are the ones that have the hardest time letting go of their independence. Yes. Those are the ones that are literally like, they could be in their 6th or 7th decade of life and they are ready for war at any moment. You want to convince yourself that those are neurotypicals? No, the fuck they're not. No. So when civilizations became a little bit more civilized, there was less of a need for the warrior gene.
Hey, Lavina.
And so all of those people with ADHD and such were looked at like, you're savages. Shut the fuck up. You will need me in a time where you're really going to need me, or you're going to need me to be a savage in bed. It's either going to be love or war. That either way, you're going to love it when I'm a savage. Which also lets you know I'm not a boring ass neurotypical.
I'm looking. Nadia, I'm looking.
I don't know what to tell you. But you know what the hardest
Jessica,
part has been
thank you so
women.
much. Always appreciate you. Thank you. For the super sticker. I'm looking for Nadia's comment.
Because as a woman, you can't be savage. Because it takes away your femininity. It does. I mean, how can you be feminine and, be like, a damsel in distress when you're a straight up savage? Because you happen to not be neurotypical. So the quality of being neurotypical in a woman is more accepted because it makes them more feminine. They are less likely to step into their masculine because they're neurotypical and they're more feminine. Right?
She's freaking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
They really are. So it's harder. It is so much harder in this world. It's easier for males to personify their, I'm telling you, one insurance quote. It's easier for males to personify and embody the qualities of being not neurotypical. The qualities of being neurodivergent, being savage, being intense, being, everything that you see in this video, it's easier to see a man in that regard. But we would be so foolish to believe. Can you imagine somebody saying, the only ones that can be neurodivergent in this world are males? Neurodivergency only exists in males.
Nadia, I can't find your other comment. You want to post it again? Sorry. I wasn't posting a lot of comments. And they would want to say that because it's a good quality to be neurodivergent. All right, I think I've had enough of this neurodivergent talk. God. But one more video. 3 little segments. I'm not showing the whole video. I'm doing like what we're doing here. Okay, this one here at the beginning. More on the autism thing.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, she's still alive right now. Oh, she went live again right now. So she was on earlier.
I know you see my blinker.
And then she went on again.
I know you see my blinker. I know you see my blinker. 20 minutes in. I know you see my blinker. Hello?
Okay. The main one is...
Is this better? It seems like it's better. Hello, this is Vanessa Tijerina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas.
Appreciate
and
it.
This is the third video. The second
just
one
putting this up because someone's asking for it. And you guys
I
know
don't know, there was a connectivity
forget
issue. I don't know.
a lot of times.
Would you like to take a drive with me?
Oh, what did I do?
I have a little bit of... I'm going to finish the discussion that I was having right now. So, that's who I am.
Thank you for asking. There's my Cash App right there. And yes, I saw
That's
something
my
else.
Cash App. Why do you have to do that? Because I do what the fuck I want to do. That's why. And that's my name.
Okay,
Why do you have
sent
to
it
put
to
your name?
Behind the Wall.
Because I get streamed on hate pages, and they don't like it when you ask for my name, because a lot of people that see me on the hate pages, they don't always hate me the way that the hate pages want to hate them to hate me, and so they wind up falling in love with me. Thank you. And so here's my name.
Oh shit, this battery's dying. You put it on my charger, my flat charger.
We're done with all those formalities.
There it is.
Right? Let me talk about what we were talking about. So what I was talking about was this, right? And let me go ahead and start with this, right? There's a lot of you watching me that are haters. You are. You are. And so I just want to remind you about what I said in the first part of this trilogy videos. I don't know, it could be, a quartet of videos. Who knows? I don't know. Okay.
Okay, I replied to that.
How many I'm gonna do, but I want to finish what I was saying. And so
Cash App.
I said that there's a lot of people. This is about neurodivergency. And there's a lot of you haters that watch me that you think that you're all for like your child that has, you know, autism or ADHD or another kind of sensory processing disorder, a very sensitive, stuff like that. And but the empathy is only for your child or other children, right? Not for me, because you hate me, right?
There it is. There it comes out. That's why she's making that point. Did you hear that?
Okay.
Replay it.
It can be a quintet. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I want to finish what I was saying. And so I said that there's a lot of people, this is about neurodivergency. And there's a lot of you haters that watch me that you think that you're all for like your child that has, you know, autism or ADHD or another kind of sensory processing disorder, a very sensitive, stuff like that. And but the empathy is only for your child or other children, right? Not for me, because you hate me, right? I just want you to imagine, as I'm saying what I'm about to say, right?
I'm telling you, she loves to be hated. She freaking loves it. Something's wrong with her. If you haven't figured that out yet, something is wrong with her. You know that phrase, the man you love to hate, the woman you love to hate? Well, there's a new one. The woman that loves to be hated. That's Vanessa. There it finally came out. It's not about hating all adults with autism. This is about her.
I want you to imagine that when your child grows up, I want you to imagine them being called a weirdo. By their generation's haters like you. No, I'm being serious.
Trey.
I'm serious. Okay. So, at the end of the first video, right, there was some man that came over here, and I don't like it. Again, I'm going to say he's white. I don't like it when white Americans, if you don't have anything positive or helpful to say to a brown and black American, stay the fuck out of our business. We don't need that shit. Because you give the vibes of your ancestors before you. It's not good. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't care. And so I don't care if you get mad. And so, okay, I have to point out that he's white, right? And so he comes over here and says something stupid about ADHD having a correlation, and he did not use the fancy words. He didn't at all. I'm saying it the proper way. He's trying to make a correlation or a causation between ADHD and overeating. I'm not kidding. The live video is there. But the thing is, I don't care about the shit that he says because it's shit, it's stupid, it's nonsense. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's not very smart, right? Because if he was smart, he wouldn't be doing that kind of shit to a woman on Facebook. He just wouldn't be. His ego was bruised by the things that I was saying. That's all it was, right? That's all it was. So, that was an example of a man who is likely neurodivergent himself. But let's remember though, neurodivergency exists in people that have goodwill towards others and that are evil. Yes. 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 It happens. Just like there's neurotypicals who embody goodwill towards others and who are evil. Same thing. Right? So that man came over here and made my point that men who are neurodivergent do not like it and they get their egos bruised because they've always been like the strong, badass, outspoken dude, right? But it's like, what have you really done though in your life though, like towards humanity, you know, other than be a loudmouth? What have you done towards humanity? Because I can list a litany of things that I've done for humanity. I can. In as much as haters don't want that to be true, it's true, right? So this man comes over here and you can tell right off the bat, I mean, at least I got the sense that this man has never done shit, you know, that actually matters in this world, right? That's why he's on here on a Friday, you know, trying to, you know, cause problems on my page. And so it just speaks to the fact that neurodivergent men have an issue when neurodivergent females not only match their energy, but exceed their energy. That's what I was saying, right? And I also want to remind you of that dynamic, but I want to add something else. So here in the very recent past, there was a study that proved which of the two genders passes on intelligence to offspring. That matters. I know some of you may think that shit don't matter, but that shit matters. And even you hateful females, you're gonna like that shit because you're females. I mean, so can anybody guess? Because I
God dang it. She's so full of shit. It's not even funny anymore. It's like, I don't even know if it is medical opinion. I don't know if social media, you know, I would like her to say this stuff on Twitter or on TikTok. See how they would react to her words there. That would be something. Might have to do that. But this is how can, I don't know. I mean, she's not giving medical advice. She's more like opinion, but she thinks she's right, but that's not breaking the law or anything like that. I don't know.
I think that's important. I think it's important.
Okay, I think. Well, we're
Can
almost
anyone
at the
guess? You know, I know y'all know. I know some of y'all know which in that study that I speak of. And don't worry. It's like I said in the last video that messed up. I have a tendency to keep talking about something, have a bunch of, like, you know, nincompoops say, that's not true, and blah, 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 and this and that, and, you know, antagonizing my words, right? And then, you know, I'll get all dressed up, because that gives you the most attention. I hate to do it, and I hate to admit it, but it's true, right? And then what I do is then I start to speak on the very subject with a source, right? Regarding the very thing that all these nincompoops have come to my page to try to antagonize and speak against and say, that's not true, right? That's what I'm doing with this video, by the way.
What is that? That's not true. It's making my skin itch listening to this stupid crap.
So I know that there's going to be people that are going to be coming over here and being like, that's not true, for a lot of different reasons, right? You know? Which I want, because it builds, you know, towards when I finally sit down and say, now let's talk about this thing that they said that's not true about. And let me show you how true it is. Just so that you know. And that's just me trying to mitigate the nonsense that's going to come out of the mouths of some of these people. I mean, because inevitably it happens. Inevitably. Right? So, do you all know which one is the gender?
Wolf Draco. this comment of yours, I'm going to have to totally agree with it. I'm going to have to totally agree with this. Oh my goodness.
That recently a study proved is the gender that passes on the intelligence to offspring. I'll give you a clue. The men's is going to be mad. The men's with low emotional intelligence, they're not going to like the answer. Why? Because they have low emotional intelligence. The men with low intelligence, they're not going to like the answer. Why? Because they're low intelligence. Right? The men who live their lives run by their egos, they're not going to like the answer. You know why? Because the answer is going to bruise their ego. Yeah, it's the mother. It's the female. It's the XX chromosome. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. So not only are, and I say that because this is a man's world, right? And especially men who are neurotypical, because they don't have that warrior gene. They don't. You've seen them. A lot of the neurotypical men are the kind that they won't they won't sign up for the army. They won't do any of that stuff because they're neurotypical. They don't have the drive to do that which so many other people will do, in the face of fear. They don't have that kind of courage. They don't have that kind of stuff. It's just not there. It's just not there. And they're easier to deal with, especially for women who are like neurodivergent themselves. You probably would make a better match with a neurotypical man, but you're probably always going to be in your masculine, by the way. Because he's never going to step up in the way that you want him to step up, because he just doesn't have those neurodivergent qualities that make you feel, okay, I'm safe enough, that he has it. He got it all covered. If we got to go to war, with us in our little, part of the world, just me and him against the world. No, honey, it's just you. It's just you. It's you batting for him. That's what it is. It's you batting for him. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Because that's what it is.
It's
you batting for him. Now, if you had a neurodivergent male, right? And then imagine, though, the best scenario would be that the neurodivergent male that we speak of is also emotionally intelligent. He is not run by his ego. He's intelligent. He embodies all the qualities of a good human. And he's neurodivergent. That's amazing shit. You know why? Because you're able to sit in your feminine knowing that he got it. How the fuck are you going to be? How can you
I'm looking.
Demonstrate your masculine side? How can it even come out in the presence of this majestic? Because that's what that is. This majestic human being. Right? Unfortunately for the rest of us, though, we're just, it's not that those are few and far between. It's true. It's true because 80% of any given population are neurotypicals. Right? And then we wonder why women are rising so much. Like, more women than men are going to college, more women than men work, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
People really discount neurodivergency in women because they don't usually see that. Like I said, the qualities of neurodivergency are usually kind of like things that you would correlate with masculine qualities. And so they're not really seen in that way. But how do you think women hold it down? How do you think women hold it down when the man walks out? How do you think, not all women, but how do you think the women that do keep it together, and not only keep it together, but they thrive, they heal, they thrive, and they survive, and they do better than they ever would have done with that man? You think that those are neurotypical women? Mm-mm. No.
I want to jump to, that's a good place to end that conversation. Let's go to 22 minutes. Close enough right here.
And I'll talk about this some other time, right? But I wonder why. It's really sad because I've always had a problem with the way that America sends their troops, right, into combat. But whenever they come back, no matter how young or old they are, they're never given the proper care. They really never are. They really never are. And so if we know that the majority of people that are going into the army, especially these young people here recently, you're basically telling them, we know that you're not going to stop being neurodivergent. We know that you're not going to stop being ADHD. You're not, right? We want you unmedicated and untreated. Do you know how crazy that is? We want you unmedicated and untreated. Which means the reason that you're on those medications is so you can process things in such a way that you are allowed to function at your best. But we're the army because we don't care about none of that shit, right? So we're going to throw you into combat. And if you get PTSD, we don't give a shit how that's going to affect you.
Christina, I just replied.
We only allowed you to come in here, only when you prove that you've been untreated for 2 years. And then whatever trauma that you incur while you're here, we're not going to take care of none of that shit whenever you get back home. You're going to have to live your life completely and totally affected badly. And we're never going to address your issues the way that we should. And the rest of your life and your whole life outcome is going to be affected. Thanks for going to war for us.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. Somebody put a comment. Maybe if we get as high as her, we'll understand her. She's out there. She thinks she knows it all. Look at her. She's got that look like, yep, I'm right. Everybody knows it. I'm right. Everybody else is wrong. I know more than anybody on this planet. Like I said, a legend in her own mind. And all those, she calls them supporters. I call them followers. Well, actually, I call them something else, but I'm not going to say it out loud. They're just sucking it up. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. They're sheeple. They're sheeple.
Speechless, right? Y'all are speechless? Because you're processing it. Because you're like,
because
damn,
you're a fucking idiot.
I didn't know all
That's
of
why
this.
I'm speechless.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. And if we know that veterans, right? These people, these neurodivergents, right? That are the bravest of all of us in the United States, right? They're willing to put their lives on the line. They're willing to dedicate their lives. Even if they're not combat vets, they're willing to dedicate their lives for service so that they can be at the ready for their nation, right? especially the younger ones who grew up having to have that medication, right? Needing that medication, right? In order to be able to fully function, right?
So I mentioned earlier, I saw this interview with Jada Pinkett Smith. She was on Good Morning America or something like that. Anybody see this thing? Talking about Will Smith. And it wasn't Robin Roberts. It was the other lady. What's her name? Hoda? However you say her name, or especially her last name. I have no idea. And they're talking to Jada. And the way she was speaking paralleled how this one speaks. She would say a sentence and then she'd end it with right, and then blah, 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 right? And I was like, and that's creepy. How similar those two, this one and Jada Pinkett Smith, are. And what she's doing to Will Smith or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It's a whole strange situation. They're married, they're not married, they're separated, they're together, they live apart, they live together. When he said, take my wife's name out of your mouth, she said she was surprised that he said wife, because he'd never referred to her as wife before for years, she said. Anyway, whole other discussion. I plan to get into that with Bam over the weekend. I'll save that for later. That'll be a fun one.
So if you know that veterans who have physical disabilities, shrapnel in them, or they are amputees, right? Things like that. Things that you know occurred physically, you can see right away, right? If you...
Yeah, that's right. And Jada Pinkett Smith kept saying stuff like, and I was like, the way this one does, tells her stories. And I was like, blah, 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 right? And oh man, that's creepy. I'll dig that up.
You know that it's hard for veterans with physical disabilities to get treated appropriately. Think about how hard it is for veterans without physical disabilities, that trauma that they incurred during combat. How hard do you think it is for them to get the help they need? They want to talk about the suicide rate of veterans, right? But they don't want to tell you how a lot of those veterans were forced to get off their ADHD medication so that they can go fight wars for us. And let me tell you something.
Yeah, I'll post a video.
The same people who hate Bud Light
that we can discuss over the weekend.
The same people who are, come and listen to a story about a man named Jed, or hold my beer. All those people, right? You know who I'm talking about. They're also the kind to deny that ADHD even exists. When the Army themselves states, we want you off your ADHD medication for 2 years prior to enlisting.
Is that true?
They're the ones with their flags on their big trucks. The most patriot.
Patriotic?
So we have a whole America.
What's wrong with that? Right? Like, what's wrong with that? Patriotic. So, what is wrong with being patriotic? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm glad this is almost over, because
filled with human beings that do not want to recognize,
let me see,
neurodivergency. They want to call them weirdos. You're not calling them weirdos when they're fighting your wars for you. No, you're not. You're not calling all those neurodivergent humans strange, out there, different. Everything that makes them weirdos, strange, out there, different is the reason that their asses are out there fighting wars that you would never be brave enough to do.
Okay. Let me get this straight. So they are soldiers and they're fighting wars. Because they're weirdos for having ADHD? Is that what she's saying? That the weirdos are the ones that are out there, you know, on the front lines? Is that what she's saying? Did she just say that?
The most patriot. So we have a whole America filled with human beings that do not want to recognize neurodivergency. They want to call them weirdos. You're not calling them weirdos when they're fighting your wars for you. No, you're not. You're not calling all those neurodivergent humans strange, out there, different. Everything that makes them weirdos, strange, out there, different is the reason that their asses are out there fighting wars that you would never be brave enough to do.
What if I told you, what if I told you that neurodivergency, you ready for this? Is a theory. It's not a diagnosis. It's a theory. So you're not diagnosed as being neurodivergent. I would imagine that spectrum is all over the place. Can you imagine?
Who the fuck is Stephanie Ochoa?
Okay, now she's gonna argue with people.
Who are you? Yeah, I'm gonna give you the information right now. But let me tell you something.
ADHD?
Do you know
Definitely.
what a fool you look like? Jumping on a live video? Because right now, the people that have been watching from the beginning, they're looking at you like you are a straight up dumb ass. You know why? Because I told everybody before you chimed in, demanding information that I already gave. But that's what happens when people don't understand how to behave themselves on a live video. And
So
the way
who's
that you
talking about
say it.
behaving on live
Where did you
video?
read that about being off for 2 years? I would like to know. Where are the facts? If you would have just shut the fuck up, allowed me to post the video, watch it from the beginning, or asked politely, then you wouldn't have looked like such an asshole. You wouldn't have revealed yourself to be an asshole, which you are. Why am I so aggressive? What are you talking about? You came over here aggressive. This is a live video. What you talking about? This is a live video. I have ADHD, by the way. Everything I do is intense. And what the fuck about it? If you have a problem with my neurodivergency, and if my energy is too strong for you to such a degree that you want to label my energy as aggressive or intense or something that makes you feel uncomfortable, then get the fuck off my page.
Well, that is true about the military.
Bye.
It varies from a year to 2 years.
In the same manner
depending on
that you
the
came
branch.
at me aggressively, all I did was match your energy, by the way.
And it also depends
That's all I
on
did. It's a live video. What's wrong with you?
how
Everybody's gonna
bad
watch
you
this.
need the medication, or if you can deal without the medication.
Now we have another white lady. Why upset? Does it look like I'm upset?
If you display obvious signs of the condition, yes, that could hinder your
Does
enrollment.
it look like I'm upset, Elisa Selvaggi
But
Burkia?
if you have good
Let me
performance, good on
A
the entrance
million of you
exams,
haters coming right now and saying, "Why are you so aggressive? Why are you so upset? Why are you mad? Why are you this? Why are you
Also,
that?" It's not going to make it true.
it's up to the military branch. They
It's
can
not
also
gonna make it
reverse the
true.
decision. They can overlook it. They can say,
The
he
fact
seems
that you're
normal.
Low vibrational, low
Let's let 'em
intelligence,
enroll.
Small.
That's what it
minded
says. So
people think that you can come over here and be that one to make the comment, "I'm going to say why she's so upset and everybody's going to agree with me." No, the fuck they are not. They're going to look at you like an asshole that you are. Hi there, Isabel Muniz Lopez. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you. That's why the fuck you ain't saying nothing no more. Right? I nipped that shit right in the bud, didn't I?
you know, I noticed a lot of times she says, "Oh, look, they put it." I'm glad you took off that hateful comment. I'm glad you deleted it. That comment was never there. She says they removed it so quickly to make it seem like it was there. And that's why nobody can find it, because it was never there in the first place. How many people actually say something and then delete their comment because they're afraid of her? Really? Give me a freaking break.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. I love you, Nicole. I love you, Darlene. Darlene's like, she is trying to educate y'all. Thank you. And Nicole DeMille says, we are having a nice talk and they come and try to ruin it. They're not going to ruin shit. Because like I said, I am being like the most authentic that I've ever kind of really been in a live video. This is like a very authentic. This is like 98 point whatever authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And what did we know? What do we know about authenticity? It is 7 times stronger than love. Can you imagine then how much stronger it even is than hate? These haters don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. They don't. Especially if we can't see their face. Right off the bat, that lets us know you have 0 authenticity. That's why Stephanie shut the fuck up. Because she knows that she looks stupid. And if she continues,
is Roy here?
She's only going to highlight
Roy,
and embolden my point.
Come get your girl, bro. Come on.
I don't even know why they try. But to answer the question, because I want to answer the question, and I don't want Stephanie to have to wait. I want her to go right now to the website of, go to the Army. Okay? The Army website. Right? I want, while I'm live, I want you to go and look like, I want you to go and realize what an idiot you look like. That's why I'm telling you this. Right? Okay. So, I just want to say this real quick. Elise, who the fuck are you, man? If I ask you to go live right now, you're not going to go live. You're outmatched. Do you not understand that?
Outmatched.
You're outmatched. You're outmatched. Like, why are you even trying? Is it because you don't? Is it because it's because you're not smart enough to realize you look like a damn fool? That's right. Take away your comment. Take away your fucking comment. She was saying something like, how do you know that I'm white? Yeah, it's probably a good idea to remove your comment before we go over there and see that you are white. Jesus.
This is one of those
These fucking
lies.
people. I swear.
Why do you got to remove your comment? Why did you delete
I'm
your
so
comment?
sorry, Mandy. I know. Drink something salty. It'll make you feel a little bit better.
I want to skip.
Go to the Army website. Go. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on.
Army website. I mean, I confirm what it says.
Let me see if it'll connect. Thank you.
Army.mil. Army.military.
Go to the Army website because
MIL.
I'm probably not going to be able to connect. I'm going to try, but I'm probably not. So don't ever, I'm the kind of person you should never come to my page and open up your mouth thinking, I've been a badass all my life. Honey, in my presence, it's not going to happen. If you're coming over here, not being helpful, not being nice, demonstrating some kind of, demanding some bullshit. I don't care how many years you've lived. I don't care if you've lived 2 decades, 3 decades, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 decades of your life, right? You're going to look like a damn fool in my presence. You are. Right? You are. Don't ever come over here demanding some shit, especially if I gave the information at the beginning of the video. You will always come out looking like the human that you actually are. And it's going to be a level of authenticity.
What I want to know is what the hell the point is. Okay, so someone with ADHD or taking meds, not that they have ADHD, because they can't function, but if somebody's taking certain kind of meds for ADHD, they have to wait a year or 2, depending on the branch, and depending on the recruiter and the staff and their board, they can decide to overlook it on someone. They can decide, nah, he's okay. Let's let him in. Still, what's your fucking point? So what? What's your point? Have you heard of a point? Did I miss something? Did you guys hear her make a point? Other than she's just trying to call people that want to defend their country, calling them weirdos. There's a screenshot for you right there. I'll leave it up for a second. Is that her point? Hey, what's your point? Seriously.
That you did not choose to show that level of authenticity. No. It came out by virtue of you behaving in an inappropriate way. I want to see the facts. Go to the Army website.
Doesn't say there, actually.
Better yet, call any recruiter. Call any recruiter on Monday and say, hey, my kid wants to join the Army. How long does he have to be off his ADHD medication?
Okay. This is the time for the phrase, and what about it? So what? So what? What is the point of all of this? What is the point of all of this? Because if I can remember, there's no point. Except for calling people in the military weirdos and patriots. It's them patriots that fight for your right to drive around like an ass for 8 hours, being unalive, telling people who fight in the army that they're weirdos. fuck out of here.
And get the fuck back to me.
I just want to do all kind of cursing
Why am I
right now.
so
You know
aggressive?
that?
Women always have a problem with me. Like, you come at me with a certain energy and then you want to say that I'm aggressive because I match it or I exceed it. You don't have no business on social media. And if you have any business on social media, it is to shut the fuck up, be quiet, do not bump your gums via your thumbs, or you're going to wind up looking foolish. I'm being serious. I'm not playing with you.
Oh, yeah. We're scared. Everybody's afraid of you, Vanessa.
Thank you. You see how they haven't shown their faces. And I bet you anything Stephanie went to the website and saw exactly the facts that she was looking for.
She pulls out her laptop.
Let's see here. What's going on?
Boy.
Look at, you see, that's why I have nothing but love now. Thank you. Thank you. They don't want that shit. I mean,
I'm skipping. I gotta end this.
Thank you.
11:11.
Gracias. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste no more time with this. Y'all go over there. I mean, shit.
Good
you know
numbers.
my haters are watching me right now. You know what I love about this particular subject is that my haters they all went over there right now. They were like, nah, she's full of shit and I'm gonna prove her wrong. And blah, 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 blah. And they're like, damn, she was right. Yes, the fuck I'm right.
I want to know
It's
what your
me.
point is.
And it's you. Please. Of course I'm gonna be right.
Of course you're gonna be right.
You think I'm gonna give my haters ammunition
Oh, you
to
do
give
every
them
day.
even the possibility of being like, she was wrong? Hell the fuck no. No. Anything that I say is gonna be something that's gonna be outrageous. And I kind of do it on purpose because I kind of like it. Because it triggers the haters into being like, that's preposterous. Go see if it's preposterous. And are you going to come over here with the same energy? And are you going to say, you know what, I was wrong? No, the fuck you are not. No, you are not. We ain't ever going to see your stupid ass again. They're all over there looking. They're all over there Googling it. All of them are Googling it. How long do you have to be off your ADHD medication in order to be in the military? All of them are Googling it. And now one of them is coming over here and saying, you know what? I used to hate you, and I probably still do, but you were right about this one. No one is going to do that. No one's going to do that. They're not.
Yeah, but tell them the whole story like I did. In that article, it says many times they overlook it.
Why do you think that one has
If
come
they
over
show
here?
good performance or a good examination,
Not one.
let them in.
Because every single one of them went over there and they were like, damn, I'm a dumb ass. Yeah, you were.
Still, I want to know what the point. What was the point of that in the first place?
Yep. So,
Other than to
anyways.
insult service members.
I'm going to let y'all go and, you know.
Dumb fuck.
You know. I'm going to let y'all go look that up. All right?
Well, you want a cookie now?
And go over there, haters. Go. You're going to make yourselves feel bad. Why can't you just be like, you know what, she's right. But you're not. So go look at it. All right, bye.
It's more fun to call you a dumbass. Oh my goodness. Anyway, some of those were almost an hour. A couple of them were an hour. I tried to condense them, but still here we are 2 hours and 19 minutes later. She was live. Is she still live? No, she's not. No, she went on a couple times. Anyway, all right, that's all I've got for tonight. I will see what happens tomorrow. I'll let you know in the post what's going to happen. And I'll see if Bam's available tomorrow. Do a little something with Bam tomorrow evening. I do want to talk about that Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith thing and the slap heard across the world. I know that happened a while ago, but she just keeps talking, and it's like she keeps treating him like he's a piece of shit or something. It's weird. Something strange is going on there. So we'll discuss that a little bit. I'll let you know when. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the Cash App, Christina. Much appreciated. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you all.